making a blackberry soap with one of my more natural bases. This is a honey base. And I'm just going to melt this down, and we're going to add some wonderful stuff to it. So what I've got here is a vanilla plantifolia essential oil. And we've got some blackberries, which are going to turn brown anyway in the soap. So we're going to smush these up really good and use them as an exfoliant. There's some things in the blackberries will also make it nice for the skin. And then I've also got some Infused Bay Oil. So I took some fresh bay leaves and I did a hot infusion. Actually, this is from a cold infusion, so it's quite deep color for a cold infusion. And we're going to add that because bay has also lots of wonderful stuff. And if you want to find out why, we'll talk about some of the properties of it in the Way to Soapy Minute series. So hopefully both the blackberries, fruit, and the bay leaves will have a chance to catch you up on why we put these things in this honey melt and pour soap. So I'll be right back in just a soapy minute. Okay, it actually took 2 whole minutes to melt the soap. Isn't that beautiful? We've still got a few chunks in here, which is fine. We'll just let it cool a little bit and add that. I also pulled out a few more elements of my formulation. So I'm also going to be adding some aloe vera. And I've got these cute little berry toppers. These were actually made from actual blackberries, and I believe I've got the link in the description. I'll put the link in there to how to make the mold for these. Super, super cool. The glycerin's coming out of them, so they actually have this like cool little hairy crystallized look, which is very fun. That happened in like a week. It's not a low sweat formula, but it works for this design, which I'm really excited about. So I'll be making more berries with that particular melt and pour base. Okay, so it's looking good. I get one more big piece there. As soon as that one's melted, we'll start adding all our wonderful additives and fragrances and skin nourishing additives, because you know I like my soap to actually do more than just clean. It's also got to have some vitamins in there. Being as it's our biggest organ of our body, there's going to be a little bit, even though it's a wash off kind of treatment. So I like to be really careful what I put in there. And I really like this base. Actually, I had this one made especially for me. Alrighty. That looks really good. So we're going to put in that aloe vera juice. And then we're going to put in that little bit of bay. And mix those really well. Now we're going to be reducing the temperature of this before everything that we add to it. And it's not piping hot, which is important because then you'll just kill all those micronutrients that might be good for the skin. We don't want to do that. So I haven't really worked on this yet, so I'll go ahead and work on my mash while you're here. I'm just going to take your spoon, and these are blackberries that we gathered. So if you go to Way to Soapy Minute, why did she put blackberries in her soap? You can actually watch me pick some of these. These are local blackberries, and the reason I'm using these blackberries is one, they have lots of great stuff in them, but two, they also have seeds, which are wonderful. And now some of y'all are going to say, oh, but that's just going to rot in her soap. Well, actually, I'm just going to put a littlest bit of preservative in there. Got my measurement. Where is it? Oh, I'll just do a tiny little drop. We just need about 1 ml, that's all we need. tiny bit because there is a little water in there. It's mostly sugar, which is a natural preservative, and the pH of the soap is quite high because that's what soap does. It has a high pH, otherwise it wouldn't be soap, it'd be something else. But this will also reduce the pH of the soap a little bit, which will make it a milder soap, thus the facial soap. But with any skincare regime, the minute you put water on your face, that mantle that protects your skin, this pH goes all the way up to 7 from whatever it was. So we're going to put this in next. And if the temperature drops too much, we will just, I'm going to use this scrapey. I'll be right back. Alright, so look at that. It's already turned black. Well, we want it to stay black, alright? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some things to deepen this black color so that it doesn't turn brown. Because brown's not what we want. This is a blackberry soap. So to add a little more, like add a detox element to this, I'm going to add a little bit of activated charcoal. Not only is that going to ensure that the soap stays the right color, but it's going to do all those other things that activated charcoal does. Look at that mixed in next. I'm really excited about this soap. It's like taking my charcoal soap up a notch, guys. The charcoal soap I make is absolutely fan-freaking-tabulous for your skin. If you're interested in that, I believe it's already in the store. So there'll be a few bars of this. If these get popular, I will offer them again. But you need to request that I add it back to the store if you don't see something there that you really, really, really wanted. All right, now that we have all these wonderful skin nourishing ingredients in there, I'm going to add some more ingredients. So I'm going to add a little bit of homemade mead. That has a little bit of alcohol in it, and it also has all the other stuff that the honey has to offer. Well, some probiotics. Who doesn't like some probiotics in their soap? And we're going to add a little bit of lemon essential oil. My supplier is FPI, and that lemon came out of Italy, which is pretty cool. And last but not least, the pièce de résistance, the ever so expensive. I'm going to be generous because these are my artisan bars, and I can be generous with my artisan bars. I'm also going to add just the tiniest amount of shea butter to this one. Just a little bit. Get that. You don't want to add too many oils or butters to a melt and pour soap because it'll just precipitate out. So again, this is going to be a black brown soap. Oh, that smells wonderful. Very natural, very sweet. Almost like, kind of reminds me of like a Blackberry Brandy. I've got my mold prepared here. And we're going to pour this in like that. And we're going to scrapey every little bit that I can while it's warm. And then I'm going to melt down a little bit more for our topping. Okay, so I'll be right back. We're going to spray that with alcohol though. Spritz that with alcohol. And get rid of all those bubbles. We'll be right back with a little more soap as soon as it cools a bit. Alright, so this one's just starting to get that skin. I'm just going to check the temperature of that. It's a a little bit high. I'm going to wait a little bit longer. You can always warm this one up again. We want one to be thicker and one to be more fluid, so they don't just whoosh all together and mix and make a gray soap. I want them to swirl a little bit, and then we'll put the berries on top. Alright, so I added all those lovely goodies to this layer as well. And we're gonna just do like a drop swirl. It's quite hot. So we'll see what we get. Alright. I'm gonna put berries on. Oops. Make sure you're using your alcohol. Lots and lots of berries. Berries that went upside down. That one's just gonna go down. Just let it go down. So all of these berries are going in. So when I cut through the soap, let's do some of that berry goodness. Berry goodness. And it's also gonna add a little texture to the top. Hopefully they're not just all going to sink down. And there we go. We'll come back for the cut. And I'm just going to sprinkle the top of this with a little bit of salt. Some of my pretty salt. For a little bit of sparkle. I'll give that a little bit of natural sparkle there. Just going to bring this forward a little bit more. And there we go. Hopefully that will be super cool. All right. I love binder clips. They're my new favorite things. So there was a little leakage due to our premature grabbage, but it's still soft enough. I think we could be able to, let's maybe let it, whew, let's do a little trimming up. I might leave this a few more minutes. And a blackberry seed. So this is still really soft. And right there I can see that the core is quite wet. Now whether that's wet because it needs to dry, the blackberries, we're going to find out after the first cut. So let's turn it around on the really bad side and see what this cut's going to give us. So we want soap about that wide. Oops, we went soap in there from the last time. Lavender soap. Ooh. Love me some lavender. Okay. Let's see what size of slice that'll give us, which is about right. So you have to be really careful. You can cut it with a wire, but you will probably break it. So take it very slow. see what we've got going on there. So I will have to, I really, really like it. I wish I could cut it with a knife, but I'm just terrible at cutting with a knife. I tend to cut my cheese even, just completely wonkus, cattywampus. That smells amazing. Huh. There we go. It's going to be a little wet, so we're going to have to, because I added all that extra oil and stuff. Okay, got a bit of salt there, so if you put this in the fridge and get it cold, this is not even possible. Not even slightly possible. So we've got lots of blackberries on the bottom there. They floated up. Nope, they stayed down. They sunk. So that's kind of cool, which means that the scrubbies are going to be at the bottom, which is super awesome because then it's a scrubby for like your feet. And this is a glycerin soap, guys. An awesome, gorgeous, beautiful glycerin soap. So let's see, I think I'll do it that way. And that way I get a bar to test and decide if this is something I will make again. The great thing about showing you guys me making soap in these smaller batches, that until I get my customer base, I am testing out new wholesale ideas and then offering these beautiful custom soap to people. Kind of a one of a kind kind of soap. I may never make this again. This is awesome. I haven't even come up with a name for it yet. By the time I post it on YouTube, I will. But we'll be doing more of the melt and pour magic because I think people don't realize you can do more than just melt it, add a fragrance and a color, and then it's soap. You can incorporate your design as well as changing the ingredients so that they fit what your philosophy is. It's just, isn't that gorgeous? Just gorgeous. So as soon as these are fairly dry, I will shrink wrap them and they will be in the shop. And when I post this, of course, they'll be for sale. First come, first serve. If we sell out and we get a request, I'll make more. All right, so that's everything for now. Catch y'all next time. If you enjoyed this, click like and subscribe. And I'm going to try this one tonight. Or maybe I'll save it for a soap card. Maybe somebody special will get a soap card. All right, we'll see y'all next time. Bye for now.